Dear students, I am Mahesh Javalkar of Maratha Mandal Polytechnic, and today I am posting my 8th video on DCET questions on the subject BEEE, that is Basic Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So let's start with the questions. Question number 141 says, if the supply frequency of a transformer increases, the secondary output voltage of the transformer will increase or decrease or remain the same or any of the above. Okay. Now we are increasing what in the question he has told, we are increasing supply frequency. Okay. Now transformer is a static device which does not depend on frequency. It can increase or decrease the voltage depending upon the number of turns in the primary and secondary windings. Okay, but it does not depend upon the frequency. Okay, so here if you see, transformer is a static device. So you must have seen this diagram like this. So this will be a primary winding, this will be a secondary winding. Okay, and a current flowing here, alternating current flowing here produces a magnetic flux here. Magnetic flux, that flux will be cut by the secondary coil, and due to mutual induction, EMF will be developed here. EMF will be developed here. Okay, so that is input voltage and output voltage. We can call it as input voltage and output voltage. Okay, but that voltage or current, whichever is induced, will not depend upon frequency. So if supply frequency of a transformer increases, the secondary output voltage of the transformer remains the same. So option C will be the right answer here. Okay. So for this explanation, the definition says that the transformer is a static device that changes voltage from one side of the coil to the other at a constant frequency. Frequency does not change because of the working principle of the transformer is based on mutual induction, which happens without any change in frequency. That means it is not dependent anything. Anything is not dependent in a transformer working on frequency. So voltage and current will change according to the number of turns or according to the coupling. Okay, but it will not change according to the frequency. So frequency remains constant, a constant frequency. Clear? So if frequency changes also, there is no change on your voltage or current. So it remains the same. So the answer for this is remains the same. The voltage remains the same even if the frequency of a transformer increases. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 142. A transformer transforms. So as I've told you, a transformer with an applied voltage. Okay. So with an applied voltage here, so say this is the primary of the transformer. Okay. And here you are applying a voltage. Okay, so this is V, then the current is flowing here. That alternating current which flows in the primary winding will develop a magnetic flux. So magnetic flux is developed. Now this magnetic flux is cut by the secondary windings, and because of that, EMF is developed here. Okay, EMF is developed here, and there is a current which is flowing here. There is a current which is flowing here, I2. Okay, so that induced current and induced EMF, that means voltage and current. Okay, so a transformer transforms voltage and current. So answer B will be the right answer here. So here we can see our definition. Transformer is a static device that is used to convert the voltage or current to a higher value, that is step up, or to a lower value, that is step down. Okay. Then the answer for that was voltage and current. A transformer transforms voltage and current. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 143. Transformer core are laminated in order to. Options are reduce hysteresis loss, reduce hysteresis and eddy current loss, minimize eddy current loss, and copper loss. Okay. So from this, whenever we are having mutual induction or principle for a transformer, that means voltage and currents are induced in the secondary coil. Okay. And whenever they are induced, that current which is induced will produce its own magnetic field. So that current will be called as eddy current, And to minimize that eddy current, you have to laminate the transformer core. So transformer cores have to be laminated to minimize eddy current loss. Okay. So C is eddy current loss. So here you can see definition. In a transformer, the eddy current loss is proportional to the square of the diameter of the core. Okay. So larger the diameter, more the eddy current loss. Hence, the transformer core is laminated so that net effective diameter of the transformer core reduces, and thus eddy current also can be minimized. So to minimize eddy current loss, you have to laminate the transformer core because eddy current loss is proportional to the square of the diameter of the core. Okay. So if you laminate, then that net effective or diameter will reduce the eddy current loss. Okay. So here the answer will be minimize eddy current loss. Transformer core are laminated in order to minimize eddy current loss. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 144. Which of the following does not change in a transformer? So as I have told you in the first question, basically does not change. What remains constant in the operation of transformer is frequency. So here option C will be the right answer, frequency. So frequency does not change. Voltage and current can change, but frequency will not change. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 145. A step up transformer increases. So obviously, whenever we see a step up transformer, okay, so here if you see in step up transformer, the primary coils will be less and the secondary coils will be more. Okay, so winding of the coil. So this is primary, this is secondary. So windings or the turns in the coil are less for the primary, and for secondary the turns are more. Okay, the turns are more. Now this is basically done because the input voltage whatever we are going to apply here and output voltage whatever we are going to get here, this output voltage should be more than the input voltage, and that can be done by increasing the number of turns of the secondary windings. So here a step up transformer increases. General basic term is voltage. It is going to increase the voltage. A less voltage at the primary input will become more at the secondary output. Okay. So that is you're stepping up the voltage. So it is answer is voltage here. A step up transformer increases voltage. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 146. A transfer of energy from primary to secondary of a transformer results due to what? Okay, so whenever you have a primary and secondary of a transformer, okay, so whenever you have a primary, this is primary and this is secondary of a transformer. Okay, now transfer of energy takes place because there is a magnetic flux here, and that magnetic flux is linked with the secondary coil, and then a EMF is induced, then a current starts flowing in the secondary coil. So magnetic flux linkage between the two windings is the answer. Okay, so here transfer of energy from primary to secondary of a transformer results due to magnetic flux linkage between the two windings. Okay, so C answer, magnetic flux linkage between the two windings. Then we'll go to the next question. In a transformer, at every instant, the direction of the secondary current is such as to oppose any change of flux. This is as per what? Now, basically, this we have seen in electrostatics laws, that is, electromagnetic induction laws. So, in that, we have studied Faraday's laws and Lenz's laws. Okay, so in that, Lenz law says that whatever induced parameter is there, whether it is voltage or current or a magnetic field of that current, that will oppose the original parameter producing it. So originally which voltage or current has produced that, it will oppose that in terms of direction. So it is Lenz's law of electromagnetic induction which says about direction. Okay, so here option A is the right answer, Lenz's law. Then we'll go to the next question. In a step down transformer, Which one of the following statements is true? Now, step down transformer is one which will be having a primary winding where number of turns are more and secondary windings where number of turns are less. Okay. So here input voltage will be more than the output voltage. So, okay. So output voltage is less than input voltage. Okay. So this is what a step down transformer basic idea is. So as per that basic idea, if you see the statements here, option A says that number of secondary turns is less than primary turns. Option B says the secondary power is less than primary power. Option C says that secondary current is less than primary current. Option D says that number of secondary turns is more than that of primary. So out of this, with the basic idea of step down or transformer, option A is right. Number of secondary turns is less than the primary turns. Then only the output voltage at the secondary will be less than the input voltage at the primary. Okay. So here, if you see the explanation, in a transformer, voltage per turn is same in both primary secondary winding. Hence, induced voltage across the winding is proportional to the number of turns in the winding. This is a basic statement. And in step down transformer, secondary voltage is less than the primary because the number of turns in secondary is less than that of primary. This is a basic and very simple concept. Okay. So here option A is the right answer. Clear? So then we'll go to the next question. 149. Secondary winding of an auto transformer is also called. Okay. Now, auto or transformer is one which is having both primary and secondary on the same coil. So you can tap and you can take your secondary. Okay. So this will be primary, this will be secondary. So this tapping you can do anywhere. Okay. So it is a common winding. It is one winding. So on the same winding, you are having both primary and secondary. That is what an auto transformer says. So here, secondary winding of an auto transformer is also called as common winding. So option B will be the right answer. So for that, the theory is the auto transformer has a single continuous winding which is used for both input and output voltages. Secondary winding of auto transformer carries both the supply current and load current, but these two currents are practically in phase opposition. Hence, secondary winding of auto transformer is also called as common winding. Okay. So simple thing is that on a single winding, you'll be having primary also and secondary also. Okay. So it is on a common winding you are having primary and secondary both. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 150. The main advantage of an auto transformer over the two winding transformer is that option A is used only one winding, option B core losses are reduced, option C it needs no cooling, option D it has simple construction. So the best advantage out of this four is that it uses only one winding. So the area required also is less and the losses are also less because you are using only one winding for both primary and secondary. So option A will be the answer here. And for that the theory is autotransformer is a special type of transformer which has primary and secondary winding both located on the same winding. Thus, winding material required for a transformer is very less and in case of autotransformer. So winding material required is less, and that is the advantage of auto transformer. So you can see the main advantage of auto or transformer over two winding transformer is it is using only one winding. So option A is the right answer. Clear? Then we'll go to the next question, question number 151. Total windings present in an auto transformer are. So in auto transformer, as I have told you, it is only one winding which will give you both primary and secondary. So this is your primary and there only you can tap and take your secondary also. Okay. So primary and secondary are going to work on one winding only. So it is option is A1. So there you can see the explanation. Autotransformer is a special transformer for which single winding acts as a primary and secondary both. Thus, by taking the appropriate winding into consideration. A variable secondary means you can tap the secondary at any point as per your application. A variable secondary voltage is opted. Okay, so here option A 1 will be the right answer. Then we'll go to the next question. 152. An auto transformer compared to its two winding counterpart has a higher operating efficiency. Obviously, because in auto transformer you are having only one winding, and because of that the losses are less, and therefore the efficiency is more. This is a simple concept, and that is why for this statement the answer should be true. A, true. So for that, if you see the theory, the losses are less in auto transformer compared to two winding transformer. Thus, for the given same input of auto transformer as that of two winding or transformer, more output will be available at the secondary side in auto transformer. Okay, so efficiency of auto transformer will be more as compared to two winding transformer. So here this statement is true. So A, true will be the answer. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 153. What are the modes in which power can be transferred in an auto transformer? Okay, so in auto or transformer, we have seen that the concept is having only one coil. Okay, the concept is having only one coil. This is the coil, say this is the primary, and you tap somewhere and take the secondary. Okay, so the current will flow here because of the input voltage. The input will flow or current will flow here. So here you can have your current flowing. Okay, and that current will produce a magnetic field. Okay, that current will produce a magnetic field which is cut by the same coil, and the EMF is induced in that, and then that will produce your secondary voltage. Okay, so secondary voltage and secondary current. Now here the conduction of current was one thing which was helping for the power to get transferred from primary to secondary, and also the self inductance what is taking place is giving you self induction is giving you the EMF induced, and that will also develop its own current. Okay, so that means power can be transferred from primary to secondary by conduction and also by electromagnetic induction, or conduction of the basic current, and also by self-inductance, that is electromagnetic induction. So option C will be the right answer here. So here you can see the theory. In two winding transformer, there is no electrical connection between primary and secondary. So the power is transferred only through mutual induction. Okay. But in auto transformer, there is a common electrical path between primary and secondary. So power is transferred through both conduction and induction. Here induction will be or self-induction. Okay. That is self-induction will take place, and a conduction also is there. Clear? So option C will be the right answer over here. Then we'll go to the next question. If a transformer is having equal number of turns at primary and secondary, then the transformer is called as what? When there is equal number of turns at primary and secondary, that means input voltage and output voltage also will be same. Then it is called as one-to-one transformer. Okay, it is called as one-to-one transformer. There is no step down, there is no step up, there is no auto. It is one-to-one transformer. So here a transformer is having equal number of turns at primary and secondary, then the transformer is called as one-to-one transformer. This transformer have turns ratio equal to 1. So is the voltage ratio for the one-to-one transformer. So input voltage will be equal to output voltage. So C will be the answer here, one-to-one transformer. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 155. One-to-one transformers are used because, okay. Now one-to-one a transformer, we have seen that the input voltage and output voltage will be same. Now only thing whatever you are having is the primary and secondary windings are not electrically connected. They are having a mutual inductance concept. So electromagnetic mutual inductance takes place, and they are not physically electrically connected. Okay. Therefore, for a reason to isolate any part of the circuit electrically is a valid reason. to isolate any part of the circuit electrically, that is to separate any part of the circuit electrically, one-to-one transformers are used. Okay, so one-to-one transformers are used because to separate or to isolate any part of circuit electrically, because the primary and secondary are not physically or electrically touching each other. Okay, so they will be away from each other, little away from each other. There will be a gap between them, and they will be connected by mutual induction, magnetic flux linkage will be there. Okay, so that is electrically isolated. Okay, so here to isolate any part of the circuit electrically, one-to-one transformer is used. So if you see the theory, in one-to-one transformers we have same number of turns in primary and secondary, so increasing or reducing voltage is not possible. They are generally used to isolate one part of the circuit from another part of the circuit electrically. Okay, then we'll go to the next question. So this is the answer A for the 155th question. Then we'll go to the next question, that is 156. In a transformer, the magnetic coupling between the primary and secondary circuit can be increased by what reason? So options are increasing the number of turns, using soft material for winding, using magnetic core of low reluctance, using transformer oil better quality. So out of these four reasons, the option C, that is using magnetic core of low reluctance, that is low opposition, that then only the magnetic coupling between primary and secondary can be increased. So magnetic core of low opposition, low reluctance. So option C is the right answer here. Using magnetic core of low reluctance, we can increase the magnetic coupling between primary and secondary circuits. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 157. An ideal transformer is one which has. Now, whenever we speak about a ideal component or device or circuit, it is ideal because it has no losses. Okay, so here option C, you can see it is no losses and magnetic leakage. So if there is no losses and magnetic leakage in the functioning of a transformer, then that transformer can be called as ideal transformer. It is not a practical transformer, it is an ideal transformer. Okay, so here you can see no losses and no magnetic leakage for a transformer. It is going to work very perfect without any loss or without any leakage, and that is why it will be called as ideal transformer. Then we'll go to the next question, 158. A transformer performs conversion. Options are AC to DC, DC to AC, AC from one level to other, or DC from one level to other. Okay. Now here the basic thing what you have to know first is transformer will not work on DC. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is it works only on AC. Okay, and in that also you can have one-to-one or transformer where AC on the at the input will be same at the AC at the output in terms of voltage, and you can have step up transformer where AC will be stepping up at the other level, or you can have step down where AC at the input will step down at the other level. But in any case of transformer, whether you are speaking about one-to-one transformer, whether you are speaking about step down transformer, whether you are speaking about step up transformer, or whether you are speaking about auto transformer also, it is only the input is AC and output is AC. So AC from one level to other, there is no question of having DC over there. So here option C will be the right answer. AC from one level to the other. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 159. The windings of a power transformer are. Options are physically linked, inductively linked, chemically linked, or not linked at all. Okay. Now here the windings of a power transformer will be linked inductively because electromagnetic induction is there. So they are inductively linked. They are not physically linked. They are not chemically linked. They are inductively linked. So option B will be the right answer over here. The windings of the power transformer are inductively linked. Then we'll go to the next question. A transformer requires. Options are damped magnetic flux, constant magnetic flux, decreasing magnetic flux, or alternating magnetic flux. Obviously it will be a varying magnetic flux, that is alternating magnetic flux. So alternating magnetic flux, only when it is cut by a coil, EMF can be induced in that and the current starts flowing. So the answer is very obvious here, alternating magnetic flux. Okay, so option D will be the answer here, alternating magnetic flux. Okay. Now, students, I have taken this 20 questions on a transformer topic. In my next video, I will again take some other concepts of basic electrical and electronics engineering subject. Okay. Thank you very much.